Loopy Godinez, kind enough to join us now once again on the program. There she is. Hello, Loopy. How are you?
Hello. I'm great. How you doing?
I'm doing great. That's a cool hat. Is that a Snoop Dogg hat, Dogfather?
Yeah, one of my friends gave it to us. So, yes,
Much
pretty cool, right?
respect. I like it.
Thank you.
I like the style. I just said your
Thank
best
you.
performance in the UFC. I don't feel like that's a stretch. I don't feel like that's a hot take. Do you agree with me?
I do agree with you. Yeah.
Okay, this was unbelievable. Watching you just completely manhandle her and dominate her and almost break her. I don't know how she survived the armbar in the first round, but it was like it felt like you were like a superhero out there. Do you like almost dare I say like a luchador out there? You know what I mean? Like you just had a whole different level. What was it just the new team or was there something else going on?
Yeah, being with this new team is been, amazing. My confidence grew, and not just my confidence grew, but my technique, like everything, my striking, my jiu-jitsu, my wrestling, the partners I have to train every single day to push me, because in that gym is like a big family that we want everyone to do so good. So it's just like pushing each other every day. And some days, you're like tired, but you have like 10 people pushing you, telling you, you got to do it. Let's go, So, the bad days, they become the good days and, allow us to have performances like this.
And so ultimately, and we're talking about Team Lobo, right? Alexa Grasso's team, Diego Lopez, and so many others. Ultimately, why did you make that switch? Why did you decide to join them? And this was your first fight as a member of that team, right?
Yes, this was my first full camp with them, and I absolutely love it. I went there before a month at the time, and since the first time I went there, I was like, I love this team. I would love to be part of this team, but of course, I have my team in my team in Canada, and it's hard to make a big move like that, right? But then after my one of my fight Calvillo fight, I decided, you know what, it's time to move. If I want to go for the belt, if I want to grow as a fighter, if I want to move up in the rankings, I need to make a big change because sometimes we get comfortable with what you're doing every single day, And I'm not saying, like some teams, some fighters have worked out that the whole career there with the same team and it worked out and they become champions and that's great. But in my case, it wasn't that way. So I just knew I had to make a big change for me to grow as a fighter and as a human and as an athlete. And we did it and we're doing it. And honestly, I'm so glad. I'm so happy I made a change. And it's probably the best thing I ever done in my career.
Was that nerve wracking for you to tell your previous team that you were going to make the change and join a new team? Because you were doing well. It's not like you had like it's not like you were on a losing streak or anything.
Yeah, no, but I knew there was adjustments to make. As a sometimes as an athlete, as a fighter, you need to feel confident. You need to have that thing that I have in Lobos gym. For me, one thing is having the techniques and all of that, but there is something more than that, if that makes sense. Like, grinding every day for like multiple hours, a day, like a lot of hours during the days of training. And I just needed more time for myself. I need more investment in myself. So, they got it.
So do you now live in Mexico? No, no longer Canada?
I'll be going back and forth.
Okay.
Yes.
You still love
Hmm.
Canada though, right? Because we still want to claim you. We're Canadian too here. So you still love
Of
Canada,
course.
yes? Okay.
I love Canada. Canada, I'm allowed to have three homes,
Sure.
two homes, and I have my Mexican, that is what I born and that's what I grew up. And Canada opened the door for me when I was about 14, me and my family, and I will never forget. That's Canada is a really special country because that's where I learned that hard work is actually, you need to work hard to you make it, far. And I seen it in my dad, when he moved us to Canada and working super hard and then to see all the progress and all the stuff that he had do for us is insane. So hard work.
Do you ever have moments with your father, with your family, like you guys come, you leave Mexico, you come to Canada, you talked about how hard it was in the beginning. Now here you are fighting in front of 18,000 people, in front of millions of people at home. You're becoming a superstar. You're ranked in the UFC, en route to becoming a champion. People think you're going to be, and like to see where you came from. Do you ever have moments where you and your family sit back and be like, "Wow, who could have predicted this?" Right? We didn't have much going for us, and now look what you're doing. And I'm sure there's other people in your family doing great things too, but you specifically, this is an incredible story.
Yeah. Since I was a little kid, I always wanted to be some kind of famous movie singer, but I cannot sing to save my life. Dancer, I can dance like jokingly, but not really, and fighting came into my lap, and like I just knew when I was a little kid that I was meant to do something that it was more than just working in like any other job, right? And you know uh, like when I discovered this is it's been a blessing.
It's been amazing to see. By the way, in that first round, were you shocked that she didn't tap?
Yes. I was like, what the hell, my back is gonna blow before her arm goes, right? Because I was like pretty urged. But we work in patience. I have a hard time with patience sometimes because I want everything like right away. I'm pretty like this. But I learned that patience, and if that doesn't work, it's okay. I go multiple other submissions that I show. I had multiple attempts for submissions that I honestly, like, I'm still blown away by that, because Diego Lopez is an amazing jiu-jitsu coach, and we drilled that, and specifically everything that I did, we drilled it, and I'm still, like wow, it was crazy nice.
There aren't any like Canadian Independence Day cards or American Independence or Brazilian or any like this was very unique that the UFC did this, right? To be one of the main characters on this card all week, the weigh-ins outdoors with the mariachi band and all that stuff. Can you describe what that was like for you and your family to be a part of this?
Yeah, it was crazy. Like, honestly, I was having a blast the whole 5 week. It was amazing. I honestly sometimes I was getting confused because I thought I was in Mexico. Like, it was like that week and that day, Mexico. We were in Mexico pretty much. And the energy through the week, and like the winds, and you say, like, with the mariachi and stuff, it was insane. And the day of the fight, we're in the back, and then you will feel that you will feel and hear all the screams, and that energy cannot match. It was just unreal.
Dana White said yesterday that this is going to be a thing every year, that he doesn't care who else is doing an event. He's going to go on this weekend. Do you think that the event should be in Mexico, or is it okay if it's in Las Vegas?
If, of course, if it's in Mexico, it will be even better. But Vegas, it worked out, and I know the UFC will, every year it will become even better.
Hmm.
So sign me out. I want to fight every 16.
Okay. And to fight on the same card as your training partner and friend, Alexa Grasso, what were the emotions for you now that you're a part of her team as well, watching her in the main event, how great that fight was, but there were ups and downs, right? What were the emotions for you as you were watching it, and where were you watching it?
Yeah, I was at the arena watching her, of course. As you say, it was a lot of emotions up and down. We're really close. We train, we train together every single day. We push each other. Like, I saw all the improvements. I saw ups and downs during camp. Same with me, and just watch her perform and do that stuff. It was just amazing.
What was your reaction when you heard the split draw and all the drama afterwards? How did you feel about that?
Yeah, I respect Valentina, of course. Uh, Alexa had multiple, like, try to submit her, knock her down. Um, I mean, it's fine. It's part of the sport, and we're gonna have a third fight, and it's just gonna be great. And Alexa will have an opportunity to showcase, her skills again, and show why she is a champ.
Do you like that idea of a third fight, or would you prefer that she fight someone else?
I mean, of course, I would like to see a fresh face, you know, but sometimes you gotta do the third fight. We saw Moreno,
Yeah.
and that's how you make a cool story out of this. That's it's cool. I think it's very interesting because if you think about it, if we look back, we will never see this before as in a woman's in a woman's MMA. It wasn't even a woman's MMA. Now people want to watch the third fight. Now the president Dana White is pushing it for the third fight. So it's just amazing. I think we are evolving, and it's just so good to be part of it, and to be here and be part of it.
Yeah, I think it will be the first trilogy as far as UFC women's MMA is concerned. So that is a very big deal, historic deal. Could I ask, how long do you think, or how far do you think you are away from being in a conversation for the belt?
Um, I was actually talking about it earlier, and honestly, when the universe, the timing, when it works, I know it will come, and I know it's not far. So all I have to do is focus and keep training, and just keep getting better. Um, I know it's coming. I don't know when, but I can feel it. I can feel that. This works with energy, and I feel the energy, and. Mhm.
What was it like for you to see that now you're in the top 15? I believe you're 14 now as far as the UFC rankings are concerned. Like to see your name there, what was that feeling like yesterday?
It's amazing, see my name, number 14 in the world, like is crazy. I look back, I remember when I first started, when I was scared to get hit on the face, or even before when I was watching all the fighters. I used to watch Alexa fight for Invicta, I was a
Wow.
big fan of her. And now we are part of it together. Like it's just so special.
By the way, how long did it take for you to get over the fear of getting punched in the face?
My first amateur fight was after 2 years of training.
Oh, wow. Okay. And
Yeah, it took me quite a while. I was in judo when I was a little kid, so I was used to being close to someone and grabbing, and there was no punching, right? So of course, now you get to have your range, and you got to learn the range. But I didn't like it. I wanted to be always together with someone, But it took me quite a while. It wasn't easy, but every day I was at the gym, every day, and even when I first started fighting, I started losing all my fights as an amateur, but I knew in the bottom of my heart that I was made for this, but I just need a little bit more time. And I had like a bunch of amateur fights, and then when I started doing better, I'm like, okay, I think we're going. I think I was right.
wow. So, off top of your head, how many amateur fights did you lose?
I was like 4-4.
Wow. And you didn't give up. You didn't
Yeah.
lose confidence. You
Mm.
didn't feel like maybe this isn't for me.
No, and I had someone at a time that no longer in the life, but will be like, oh, maybe you're not made for this. Maybe you're not made for this,
Oh.
and here we are.
What's that person
Yeah,
saying
I
now,
was
huh?
like, no,
What's that? Can we shove it in their face?
exactly,
What are they saying?
exactly. I don't
So
know.
they tried to get you to quit?
Yeah, when you lose too many in a row, and but you need to work. You need to make a second plan just in case, right? Like you cannot just keep losing and not make any money and live in Vancouver, like not paying your bills. Um, but I was like, no, no, no. Like I know I can do this. I just need, some time, some patience. And slowly I started looking my way, and yeah, here we are.
Do you get messages from people who might be immigrants who might come from Mexico, who might look to you as a inspiration? And if so, are you comfortable being that role model to people?
Oh yeah, totally. I think that's important because we see a lot of not just Mexican, but a lot of Latinos that comes to Canada, and and I hear their stories, and we are fighters, not just like in the cage, but for example, my dad, like for me, that's the biggest inspiration because like we got to Canada with nothing, and he started cleaning cars by having his business. We were, good, good life in Mexico. I started in another country with no English, no jobs, and then of course I had to start working too, cleaning bathrooms and cleaning bars and cleaning houses, and it was hard. It was hard to go from a comfortable life to uncomfortable life and start from zero. That's a big that's a big jump, and but we did it together, and yeah, I'll do it again.
Well, was your father at the fight on Saturday?
He was at home. He is too nervous. He is too nervous.
Does he watch it live?
But they watch it.
Okay.
Yes, they watch it live. I'll send you a little clip, and you can hear my mom screaming like.
I love it.
Yeah, they get so into it. Yeah.
Have they ever been live to one of your fights?
As an amateur, they went to some amateur fights.
And they can't. They don't want to. They can't handle it. Why not?
They get so nervous, but I think after well now with they are the way they see me now more confident. I think they will want to come for my next fight.
Okay. Would you like that?
Oh yes, yeah. No, I don't want to see them during the week because they will make me nervous, like because they're so like nervous, right?
Yeah.
But after the fight, yes, I'll see them. But yeah, if they want to come, I think there will be a great experience for them to experience like the
Yes.
arena, full of people, and it will be even better if they come. If they do it in Mexico City, the event,
Yeah.
that will be perfect if they come to that one.
I just can't imagine them as parents seeing their daughter fight in front of 18,000 like that. That's something you have to experience. But I can understand if they'd be nervous as well, because of your
Yeah.
safety and everything. By the way, all those medals behind you, are those yours?
I wish. No, that's Colin Zane's room. Actually, I'm in Toronto right now, and I'm using his room. And he was in the Olympics in '96.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Greco. And this room is full of medals. I'll show you. I'll show you.
My gosh.
How can I turn it? Here. Look.
Oh, my gosh.
So all this.
Wow.
Yeah, he's the one that is working on my wrestling
Okay.
for
Holy
2 years
smokes.
now.
So
And
you're still working with
yeah.
him when you're in Canada? Or does he come with you to Mexico?
Oh no, he has to come with me. He's the key.
Okay.
He has to come with me.
Wow.
He has to.
For
Yes.
months?
Yes, I say you gotta quit everything, my friend. Come with me.
Oh my gosh. Well, that is a good coach. That
Yes,
is a good friend. When would you like to fight
amazing.
again?
When I would love to be in the UFC, in Mexico card. I don't know when will that be.
Yeah.
And then work from there. I already told the manager I would like to go to fight in Mexico and see what happens.
Okay, because like we've seen you come back very quickly, so I didn't know if you were going to say, "Oh, next week if they need me."
Yeah, well, if they call me, I couldn't tell you no. If they call me, I'm gonna say no to you, but maybe they call me and then I say yes, and
Yes,
then I
yes,
just
yes.
let everyone know, right? Like I never know either. What am I gonna do?
Are you going to watch Canelo next week?
Oh yes, of course.
You guys beat Canelo. That was his day, and the UFC came in. Isn't that crazy?
It's crazy, and what I was talking about is like it's crazy that Alexa and Valentino were the main
Yeah.
event. Like it's really special. And you know who rubbed my hands? It was a woman who rubbed my hands that night.
Wow.
Like I was like when she showed up like to rub my hands, I was like a woman. I was like, wow, this is changing, and that's so good to see. Like it's amazing.
Well, that is beautiful. Your performance was beautiful as well. Unbelievably dominant and extremely impressive. So, continued success to you. Keep going. I wish you nothing but the best. And even though they were celebrating you on Saturday for Noche UFC, I'm happy that you're still proud to be Canadian as well because we're gonna
Always.
claim you. And I know they're coming to Canada too. Maybe you could get on that card and fight on the Mexico card and check both those boxes off, right?
Yeah, that would be great. That would be, amazing. Do you know when?
It sounds like maybe January potentially.
Okay. Okay. Well, let's see how,
In Toronto, perhaps. Could be right there.
oh, that would be great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, it will be pretty cool.
We'll see. Thank you as always. Great to have you back on the show and congrats.
Thank you so much.
All
Have a
right.
good day.
There she is, Loopy Godinez. Thanks for watching. We appreciate it very much. Hey, if you like this video, give us the old thumbs up. Subscribe as well. You could get many more of these videos on the channel, so please do that. We would love you forever if you did so.